Let me get my shades ready for this. We got a good one today, y'all. Let me get it ready. Let me get it ready. Okay. Greetings. It is I, Gandhi Quakes, founder of Dome Crack Nation Media and Fashion Outlet, and you are now in tuned to F.T.R. Television, episode 257. To all my YouTube subscribers, need you to hit that like button, subscribe button, notification button, and most importantly, share the content and hit that hype button. Make sure you hit the like button and engage. Leave a comment because we got some real things to talk about today. Boston Police Department under scrutiny. Officer shoots and kills what they say is a carjacking suspect. The officer has been arrested, but he is let free on a personal recordings. But there's a man dead. If you don't believe me, let me run it to you here.
The Boston police officer who shot and killed a carjacking suspect last week is now being charged with manslaughter. Now, suspended officer Nicholas O'Malley appeared in court earlier this afternoon. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colton Bradford.
And I'm Priscilla Casper. The Suffolk County DA says his investigation found the officer's use of force unjustified. We're going to take a deeper dive into what goes into the use of force investigation in just a minute. But we want to begin with our NBC 10's Robert Goulston. He's joining us with details from today's arraignment. Robert.
Difficult day, but they continue to work to build trust and transparency, but could not comment much more than that. Pedestrian is charged with voluntary manslaughter after prosecutors say he shot and killed 39-year-old Stevenson King, who was a suspect in a violent carjacking.
Officer O'Malley fired through the driver's side of the car, striking Mr. King 3 times and killing him just as he drove away.
The incident happened.
You see, Officer O'Malley, you shot through the driver's side of a window, meaning you were not in harm's way. This was one of the situations that they had with the shooting of Renee Good of Minnesota with ICE. But this is a Boston Police Department. This is American versus American, right? And they're not looking for foreigners. This is not ICE. This is the Boston Police Department. The Boston Police Department is one of the most brutal forces in police, in law enforcement. They are one of the most biased police forces in the country because they had a policy. They said they renewed their deadly force policy last July. And that's why he has charges now. Mr. King was not posing a threat to O'Malley's life. So I don't understand, and a lot of people don't understand how something like this could take place. But let them carry on.
Happened earlier this month after police say O'Malley and another officer spotted a stolen car on Linwood Square in Roxbury. According to court documents, the officers pulled their cruiser up behind King, who was parked up against the curb. They instructed King, who
pulled the cruiser behind the suspect's car. You're not in harm's way, but carry on.
Who was in the driver's seat reclined to show his hands. Investigators say King showed his hands at times and opened the door partially when O'Malley yelled, "Bro, I am going to expletive shoot you." That's
he threatening him because he opened the door and he's showing his hands. He's trying to show you that he's not opposing any kind of threat. When you talking about you're going to shoot him and then you actually shoot him, this is crazy. But carry on.
When investigators say King put the car into gear and went back and forth trying to escape.
At no time in his attempt to flee did Mr. King drive at the officers, nor were either officer in the path of Mr. King's vehicle when Officer O'Malley opened fire. But that...
You see this shit? That's the district attorney in Massachusetts stating that the officers were not in harm's way. There was no reason to unalive this person. This is crazy, but carry on. Let's hear from the district attorney some more.
That body-worn camera does not have human adrenaline. That body-worn camera is not worried about not seeing somebody's hands. That body-worn camera isn't worried about going home safe at night.
How is Officer O'Malley doing? Were you able to talk to him, or is he
Now here's the
looking
police
at him?
commissioner, or he's
I'm sure
police
he's
union.
depleted, and I'm sure he's second-guessing the entire incident that happened, but he's
And
a
he's
strong
leaving.
individual.
It's crazy.
And Officer O'Malley was released without bail. The prosecution did ask for $25,000, but the judge did set that at personal recognizance. Post, the agency that oversees all of the certifications for officers across the state, just posted late this afternoon that he is now suspended while this case is being sorted out. He'll be back in court in May. We're live in Roxbury. Robert Goulston, NBC 10 Boston.
Robert.
Yo, you see, this makes no sense at all. And it just goes to show that the long arm of the law will protect its own, even when they're wrong. This shooting is unjust. There's about 1,000 cases like this in the city of Boston alone, not alone the state of Massachusetts. The law enforcement there is too aggressive. It's been a problem since the inception of the BPD, of Boston Police Department. They've always used aggression amongst their own people, especially black people. Homie's black. It's no secret that the city of Boston is one of the most racist cities in the entire country. This is a fact. You can take it back to the Charles Stewart case with Willie Bennett, where Charles Stewart, a white man, killed his wife, his pregnant wife, and then fucking shot himself and blamed it on a black man. Because white people know, in Boston, when you do something or say something like that, when it's racially motivated, they know that the police gonna automatically ride with the other side. I personally have been affected, not by just the Stewart case when I was a kid, getting harassed and fucking manhandled as a teenager, but my whole entire existence in dealing with them, they've been unlawful. They've always made me the wrong one, or people like me the wrong one, when they do injustice type of shit. Like Massachusetts, they probably still have unlawful search and seizures, and they let those cases fly in court. A judge can have the facts in his face during a motions to suppress hearing, where this case should have got thrown out in motions. But they let it slide because they don't care. And because it's them versus the people. They don't serve and protect the people of Massachusetts. Too much injustice shit go on. But you see, I want to see what comes of this. How can a cop get a personal recognizance for a murder case? You killed someone. That's murder, regardless of how the fuck you look at it. You killed someone. You're at home right now on fucking probably paid leave of absence. He's suspended till further notice. That's a slick way of saying that he's getting fucking paid without having to work. This type of shit needs to stop. You shot an unarmed suspect that wasn't even putting your life in danger. Where the fuck they do that at? Where they do that at? Only in places like Boston. This is crazy. I'm just happen to be up and to catch this, and it really fucks me up because I know how they play in the state of Massachusetts. It's a very fucked up place, and people don't want to admit it, especially if you're black. You don't got no wins there. So when y'all see a bunch of shit go on there, trust me, a lot of it is racially motivated. How we know that this officer didn't threaten this motherfucker prior? We don't know because he ain't here to tell us. How we know that him and this guy didn't have a history? F.T.R. television, episode 257. This is foul. Foul.